Okay. Hello. This is technically episode 3, but this is episode 1, take 3 of Tetris and Tunes, or whatever the fuck we're gonna call this. But I have a cold, I have nothing better to do, and I want to talk about music. I want to talk about music. So, I am going to do it while playing Tetris so that people have something to keep them visually engaged, and it's not just a guy on YouTube who thinks he's too cool for a podcast. I mean, I gotta figure if it works for those YouTube channels that just read out Reddit posts with like Minecraft parkour, why not me? So, in the test runs, I talked about a couple albums. I talked about Station to Station by David Bowie, and I talked about Angles by The Strokes. Two good albums. Uh, some of their respective artists' best work. But unfortunately, you don't get to hear those because I had several coughing fits in the middle of them. So, that sucks. Oh well. On to more albums. So, I suppose I could eventually talk about stuff that I've made. But I mean, it's kind of boring as an introduction, right? So, let's just start out with, you know what? I'm gonna throw him a curveball. I'm gonna give everyone my Taylor Swift take. I think she is good. I think she writes some good tunes. I don't think she does very good with the carbon emissions, but she can write a good tune. I'll give her that one. Yeah. Boom Tetris for Jeff. And um yeah. I mean, blank space was blank space was everywhere in 2013, 2014, 2015, 2015 was probably more like it. I don't know. All the years start to blend together, because I'm very old. But yeah, I mean like yeah, 2015. So, I mean that song was everywhere and for good reason. That song, classic. 1989 from what I remember was just full of bangers. Like I mean, come on. Like you got okay, hang on. 1989 track list. All right, let's look at the album. Welcome to New York, banger, classic. Blank Space, classic. Style, classic. I don't remember Out of the Woods, but probably a classic. I don't remember this one either. Probably good. Shake It Off was everywhere, bro. I don't like that song because of how much I heard it, but I will admit that it is a banger. Can we just talk about how many uh, amazing songs are on this album? Bad Blood, Wildest Dreams, the other ones I mentioned. Like, come on, man. This is a classic right here. I will say I'm not a big fan of all this. Well, I mean, I get it. Like, she's obviously got a backing band, but like, I don't know. I think it's kind of funny how like a lot of times nowadays you'll see like all these credits for an artist. Like, let's go to like a fucking David Bowie album or something. No, no, because like Brian Eno and Iggy Pop were there. So let's go to like, oh, the Beatles. Well, that's a band, so it's gonna be different. So let's try just like a trying to think of like a good. Wait, this is tough. A good band or a good like artist that from the from I don't know, not recently. So I'm trying to think of like one man bands now, or rather the lack of them, because like the one that comes to mind for me is Prince, and like that dude fucking played everything. That shit doesn't count. But like, okay, hang on, let's think. All the ones I'm thinking of are like Like, oh, guys that play everything. So, like, I don't know. Okay, let's think. What about Peter Gabriel? I don't really remember how much of his stuff he played uh, on like his solo stuff. I'm willing to bet. Like, let's look at the personnel. Oh shit! No, how about that? Look at all these guys. And even though Peter Gabriel played a lot of it, look, Tony Levin on bass, David Rhodes on bass, on guitar, all these different drummers. Bro, Stuart Copeland played on this album? What the fuck? Oh, he played on Big Time. I mean, that makes sense. That song's a banger. Uh, I feel like I know a lot of these guys. Oh yeah, Kate Bush. I forgot about that. Nile Rodgers. He was on. Oh yeah, he was on. We do what we're told. That's right. Excuse me. But yeah. I mean, I suppose that I can't really get on Taylor for doing the same thing. I mean, obviously, music's more modern. They're approaching it more differently, and an album rollout now takes much more work because of all the different social media you have access to. Beside, then it was just like recording something to vinyl, and then boom, you let your record label do the rest of it. I think I don't know, but even then, like I'm not claiming to know much about any of this, so correct me or don't. I don't really care. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean Taylor Swift, she's good. And I know it's the common take right now to be like, oh, well, she's not a good songwriter, and well, all her songs about breakups. And I agree with both. She is, she, or I, I agree partially. I think personally, I think she is a good songwriter, and all of her songs are about breakups. That's not a bad thing. Like, bro, like, um, I'm trying to think of like a take that doesn't make me sound like a weird, ignorant person. Oh, Talking Heads. Dude, like all their songs are about social anxiety. That's fine. That's what makes their music what they are. Or like the Smiths. Every goddamn song is about a relationship. Again, that's fine. That's the kind of songs that they write. Well, now I'm thinking about it, like Suffer Little Children and shit, like Barbarism Begins at Home. That's not Meat is Murder. Like those, none of those are about. Whatever. You get the idea. My point is having someone that mainly writes about one particular thing is fine. I think people need to start being okay with the idea that it's fine to not write songs about different things. Sure, it'd be nice, but like, should shouldn't be a big deal. Um, um, Led Zeppelin, like fucking their entire discography is just about like Norse mythology. Like, I mean, look, John Bonham, best drummer of all time in my opinion. But like, come on, dude. Like, you could have picked a better topic to write about, I think. Or like Rush, like same thing. It's all about like society. Also, we're Canadian. I hate when that happens. When someone walks up to me and goes, "Boom, you're Canadian now." But anyway, ooh, can I move that? No. Okay. Let's think of some other takes that aren't exceedingly boring. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think here. I used to be big into the Pixies. I gotta listen to more of their stuff because I feel like they're pretty underrated. I mean, well, not they're not underrated, but like I feel like people don't give them enough credit. Those guys are cool dudes. But like I don't know, you got like Nirvana, you got like fucking all these aggressive rock guys, and like the Pixies did all that shit first. I think people gotta give their influence a lot of credit, cause like, bro, Doolittle, Surfer Rosa, both of those are albums that sound like they came straight from the '90s. Like, Where Is My Mind is like on like every '90s list ever, bro. That song's from 1988. Just because it was in Fight Club doesn't make it '90s. Ooh, I don't know what a mini T-spin single is, but cool. Anyway, but like, oh man, that was another good movie. Fight Club, good movie. I liked that movie. I'm trying to think of what other movies I've been watching. Oh, ah, I watched A Clockwork Orange today. Man, that was a good movie. Like okay, so this is gonna be spoilers if you haven't seen it, but honestly, that's your fault because it came out in 1971. You've had a while to see it. No, I'm just kidding. But oh, whoa, whoa, good one. Okay. Uh, oh, 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 it's getting crazy. Oh, 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 and okay, I got this. Anyway, Clockwork Orange. But yeah, I watched that and bro, like the the first half I didn't vibe with. Like it was just like, okay, I'm watching this guy like beat a bunch of people up. It's not really my kind of movie. But then, oh shit, this is getting really fast now. Fuck. Um. But yeah, so like I'm watching it and I'm like, well, this is really weird to watch. Like, just felt bad. And like I shouldn't be watching it. And I was like, this is kind of weird, and I don't really like it. And so I ended up shutting the movie off after like 20 minutes. After that first scene with the whole singing in the rain sequence, I was like, all right, you know what? Fuck this movie. I'm done. And I was talking to someone about it, and they're like, nah, you gotta rewatch that movie because it was a good movie. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll watch it. Like a proper watch or whatever. And wow, I mean, the rest of it was just so good. Like the whole prison sequence and the whole fucking clamp thing. That shit was cool. Oh, hang on, I'm about to die. Ooh, or maybe not. No, I just jinxed it. I'm definitely now about to die. Yeah. Oh, or no. Ass. All right. Anyway, let's go one more round. So the whole clamp scene. I mean, that's like a almost like a cliche now. But I mean, yeah. Uh, good movie. Really good movie. But the thing that really sold me is when he goes back to the Mr. Alexander's house and he starts singing in the rain, and only at that point does he know who the guy is because he was wearing a mask. And then, wow, I just like, fuck, that was wild. Like just the face he makes is just probably some of the greatest acting I've ever seen. Oh, hang on. I gotta move my microphone. There we go. Okay. But like, wow, that was fantastic. Um, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, good movie. It was a good movie. I'm not usually a Kubrick guy, or like a big arty movie kind of guy. Like, I'm not really a Tarantino fan. I like Pulp Fiction, but I only really like two-thirds of Pulp Fiction. Like, I think the first part with fucking Samuel Jackson, John Travolta, that shit's killer. Part in the middle, ass. Not a big fan. That's my big movie hot take. I think it's unnecessary and gross and weird, and I don't like it. But who knows? Maybe I'll come around. I don't know, I just thought it was weird. But fuck, man, the first and the third part, woo, that is some quality movie. I meant to say quality. I, I laughed so hard at my own joke I started coughing. Brilliant. Anyway, but I meant to say quality television and I said quality movie. Anyway, Pulp Fiction was okay. I think if I had to give it like a out of 10 rating, I would give it a 7 out of 10 because 2/3 as a fraction is 7 out of 10, or it rounds up or whatever. I don't know. I'm like failing math right now. Yeah. Pulp Fiction's good. Wasn't my movie, but I can respect it. Um, big, big Shining fan. I've seen the movie a bunch of times. Read the book one time. Or did I even finish it? Shit, I know what I'm doing tonight. I might finish that book. It was a good book. Um, yeah, I mean, uh, of course, American Psycho. I'm a huge, huge American Psycho fan. I mean, that movie's just so fucking good. I'm trying to think. That movie's just fantastic. I mean, Christian Bale makes that movie, but in general, just really good movie. The book is a different story. I was I really respect the book. Not as big a fan of the book. I don't know, just the like gross out violence. It's just not my thing. What's that called? Like body horror or something? As opposed to Rocky Horror, which was fantastic. Tim Curry, amazing in that movie. How do you do? See you've met my faithful handyman. He's just a little brought down. 'Cause when he knocked, he thought you were the Candyman. Like, come on. Like, bro. That shit's awesome. Like, that movie's a classic. Yeah. I don't really rewatch that movie too much, but fuck. Good movie. Really good movie. American Psycho, right. Bro, the fucking Huey Lewis scene, that shit is hilarious. Like, that's a classic right there if I've ever seen one. Oh shit, I meant to do a T-spin there. Oh well. But that scene is particularly funny. Um, I used to know all the monologues he does by heart, but I don't think I know them all anymore. I think there's one part in it where he doesn't just talk about Phil Collins like he does in the movie, but in the book where he talks about oh, I didn't have all the book monologues memorized, by the way. That would be crazy. But oh shit. But doesn't he talk about Peter Gabriel in the book at one point? I swear he does. It's gonna drive me crazy if he doesn't, and I'm gonna be like, what movie am I remembering? Or what book am I remembering? I swear I have a vivid memory of him talking about Big Time by Peter Gabriel. You know the album I just brought up? Ah, shit. Yeah, I didn't do so good that round. But yeah, but that concludes tonight's episode at a good 20 minutes. But yeah. And you get to see my OBS layout. But yeah, Tetris and Tunes, episode 1. Yeah. Ba ba da.